What is up, Facebook? Happy Tuesday. I have been wanting to do this video since this morning, but I didn't have time this morning, so I'm jumping on now because we just got home from picking up the kids from school and they are just kind of chillaxing on the couch. So I thought I would come here because like I said, I want to do this video since this morning. I found out some amazing, great news. And I just wanted to share with you guys a few things because I always get questions about my Hashimoto's, like how I found out about it, what kind of healing plan have I been on, and I just thought I would share with you guys some things. Oh, I'm not showing up that I'm live. Let me see here. Oh, yeah, I'm showing up there. Okay, if you can see me or hear me or anything like that, let me know. Give me a thumbs up. Let me know where you're coming from. I'm excited to go live right now because I usually don't go live. I'm trying to share this, but it's not working, so I might just have to let it be. Oh, there we go. Okay. Anyways. Okay, so welcome. So, as most of you guys know, last year I was diagnosed with Hashimoto's. It was back in June. And since then, I've basically been on this healing journey, and it's going to be a constant, never-ending journey for the rest of my life, basically. But this morning, I got really good news from my labs that I got taken last week. My thyroid levels are completely normalized right now, and that also that my antibodies are almost normal. Basically, last year I started. My antibodies were about 308, I believe, which I know isn't very high for some people. I know there are people out there who have Hashimoto's that have really a higher antibody level than I did, but I still had all of the symptoms. I don't think you can really compare one case to another. So it's been almost a year, a little, it's about 10 months, 9-10 months since I got diagnosed and I started on that journey, and my levels are now down to 80, which is so amazing. It gives me hope, and I wanted to come on here and share with you guys like what that journey looked like, and just explain kind of what I went through, just in case, if you're struggling with the same thing and you feel like there's no hope at the end of the tunnel, or there's no light at the end of the tunnel, and you're just wanting to give up and just say, I'll just deal with this for the rest of my life. I'm telling you guys right now, do not give up. Don't ever give up on yourself, no matter what you're going through, whether it be dealing with an autoimmune disease or whether it be, dealing with other health issues or other things in life. You guys, our whole life is a journey, and we must continue to go on through it, and we must continue to fight for what we want, fight for the way we want to feel, fight for our health, and just fight for the way we want to live. So a little backstory about my Hashimoto's. I was diagnosed in June, but prior to that, we'll go back to 2015. I got in the best shape of my life in 2015. I saw numbers on the scale that I had never seen before. I felt amazing. I looked amazing. My confidence was through the roof, and I was feeling great. Well, there became a time in 2015, at the end of 2015, where I just started feeling, I started feeling not like myself, and I can't concentrate right now, but I started to have like major brain fog. My energy levels were all over the place. I was super moody, and all of a sudden I went on this roller coaster of gaining weight, losing weight, gaining weight, losing weight. My hair started falling out, and I just didn't know what was going on. Around that time, I had quit taking birth control, and I thought, no, we're not having any more babies. FYI, we'll put that out there right now. But everyone around me thought that it was my hormones that were going crazy, and I just couldn't figure out what was going on. So for me, it was really uncomfortable to be in the best shape of my life, and then all of a sudden start gaining 5-10 pounds here, then losing it, then gaining it, and then feeling bloated all the time. And I really like beating myself up. I started beating myself up. I started making me do things that I wouldn't even tell my clients to do. I was restricting food a lot, over exercising. There were times where I couldn't exercise because I didn't have any energy to do that, because I thought that if I restricted this food that I could get that scale to go down and that I would feel the way I felt the year before. It just wasn't happening, and things started getting worse. I mean, there were times where I wouldn't even go hang out with my friends because I was so worried about what we were going to eat, what we were going to be doing, and I just couldn't grasp onto what was going on. I wasn't listening to my body telling me that something is wrong and that it needed more fuel, it needed more things, and that maybe that weight that I was at the year before, it wasn't a healthy place for my body. Of course, I didn't listen. It was about, obviously, it took me 6 months last year to get diagnosed, and in that time, I am telling you, it was like the hardest time of my life. That and really trying to just figure out what the heck was wrong with me. I couldn't really focus on anything. The brain fog was just out of control. My anxiety started coming back. I had worked really hard to get rid of that anxiety in my life, and I just felt like I wasn't living. I felt like I wasn't present with my family. I wasn't present with my kids, and my whole life was just wrapped around trying to lose this 10 pounds and then saying, fuck it, and binging and then gaining it back, and just feeling like crap on the inside and the outside. So I have a little bit of dry mouth because of medicine I'm on for my root canal that I had yesterday. So hold on one second. So after that, this time, it was about April of last year, March, April, I really said, I got to figure out what's going on. I got to find something that's going to make me feel good. And that's when I went something that I knew feel good after I had my first son, and that was a low carb diet. So I started researching keto, and I came across a woman named Leanne Vogel. She has an amazing YouTube channel. I listened to both of her books. I listened to her book, The Keto Beginning and Fat Gold, which I'll post a link to those books below if you're interested in looking at those. And those books gave me so much information. As I was listening, I knew that something else was wrong with my body. In the beginning, I started the keto journey because I wanted to get that weight off and keep it off. But at the end of it, I realized that I needed some more help from somewhere else because something was wrong with my body. Another doctor just wouldn't listen to me. She just wanted to prescribe me different things. She wanted to say that I had ADD. She wanted to say all these other things, but she never really gave me a blood panel or anything, tested anything. And so I said, you know what? I'm done. I find a doctor that is actually going to listen to me. And I found the doctor that I still see right now. She's a naturopath, and it was a completely different experience. This is the time that I really started to gain weight because I realized that I needed to go on some kind of healing journey. I wasn't diagnosed yet, but the weight just started piling on. So in June of 2016, I got diagnosed with Hashimoto's, and in about that 3 months, about April to July, I basically put 20 pounds on, and I felt so uncomfortable. So when I first started going on my healing journey with Hashimoto's, it started off to find out what there was, and getting rid of gluten and getting rid of dairy, and having the mindset that I would be healed if I lost the weight. That was my thing. But that weight loss thing stuck with me for so long, and I just kept pushing. And so throughout the summer, I really pushed myself hard with workouts. I was doing double workouts. I was doing double programs. I was pushing myself harder than I ever had. And all that was happening was the weight kept coming. It kept putting on, and it was like overnight that I had this 20 pounds of weight on me. I felt super bloated, super puffy, and the thing about it is once I started changing my diet and I started following the keto plan, I started feeling better, like in my head, like my brain fog went away. I was able to focus. My anxiety was like completely eliminated. I started working stress in my life, and that started getting better. But I really, really was focused on that weight loss, and I shouldn't have been focused on that weight loss. I needed to go through that in order to learn the lessons that I needed to learn. And that's why I tell you guys that you should never give up, because there's always a lesson that you're going to learn, and there's always a reason for it. So in August, I basically decided I needed to go see another doctor because I had heard about this doctor. I found him online on his YouTube channel, and it was this amazing doctor who basically he's all natural and a chiropractor, just I can't remember. But it was outrageous amount of money to go see him. So I only got to go see him a couple times. He put me on an elimination diet, and I did that, and I found some triggers for me, but I found that to be very, very not good for my mental health. I felt very restricted, and I started going back to those thoughts and things I was doing before when I was trying to restrict and just doing those bad things. So luckily, I didn't have enough money to continue to see this doctor, and I said, you know what, I'm just going to try my own thing. I quit working out really hard. I dropped all of that, and I just said, I think my body needs to relax and give it some time and not like raise my cortisol levels. By this time, I had done lots of research, so I started to realize that, you know what, maybe my body needed to gain this weight in order to heal, and if weight loss comes along with it later, then that's great, but I want to feel on inside and out. So I quit doing the hard workouts. I went to 30-minute workouts. I did country heat, and finally I lost 5 pounds. And that was the beginning of like an eye-opener for me as to where I needed to change my mindset. My mindset didn't need to focus on a number on the scale. It needed to focus on treating my body good, filling my body with good food, and just continuing on with that. So after that was over, country heat, I moved on to hammer and chisel, and I did a few weeks of that before Core de Force came out. Basically through this time I stuck with a keto diet. I didn't really do any of the elimination stuff. I wasn't really eating dairy or gluten then, but I was able to lose about 12 pounds between November and the end of the year with Core de Force, and I just started feeling inside out. But then I started once again focusing on that scale. So in January, I decided to throw the scale out because the number does not mean healthy for me, and it's not healthy for me to be looking at that. So I said goodbye to that, and I started to feel like I was going back in a flare. I shared that with you guys. I felt really itchy all over. My hair started falling out, and I just said, you know what? Instead of focusing on all this stuff that you shouldn't be focusing on, because there's a thing, you know, when you go through things like that, it's going to keep coming back in your life, but you have to learn the lessons. You have to go through it and learn the lessons in order to yourself, in order to move yourself forward from what you were going through. So that's when the scale went away. That's when I decided to do keto intuitive style, like eating style. I don't track anything. I don't track my macros. I don't anything. I did say in a video a couple weeks ago that I was going to start tracking my carbs, and that did not last very long because those thoughts started coming back in my head and feeling anxious and things. So I just do that, and I track my progress with pictures, and I track my progress with the way I feel. If I feel good on the inside and out, honestly, it doesn't matter how lean I am, because there was a time in my life where I just felt horrible. Like I could not be the mom I wanted to be. I could not be the coach to my clients that I wanted to be. And it took to get to this spot in order to do that. So, so basically I've been on that journey of, you know, doing the workouts that feel good to me. They're short, they're 30 minutes, are high intensity, but you know, my body can handle it right now. And that shows with the labs I got done. That labs are now down, to 80, which I'm excited about. I'm hoping that I can just continue doing the things that I'm doing a lot of self-care, and just really paying attention to the way your body feels, is the number one thing throughout this whole process. Educating yourself, because you know, there's doctors out there that are educated, and there's some doctors that aren't. So it's sad to say, but you really do have to do your own education when it comes to a health issue like this. And I think with everything that I have learned over that time, that I was able to get myself to where I am now. And I just wanted to share my story with you guys, because I hope to bring hope to anybody that's going through the struggle of having no energy, of having complete brain fog. I remember driving down the road thinking I shouldn't be driving right now because I can't focus and I can't remember from 5 minutes ago. And so it's a complete 180. And just know that you have people out there that can support you. I actually have a free group open that's called Project Thrive, Thriving with Hashimoto's, and we share in there just tips and tricks of different things that we do and our, you know, basically our experiences that we're having. But it's really like the number one thing for me was having a support group and having somewhere to go to be able to have people like a tribe around me that were pushing me to help me to get better. And, you know, before I was a coach, I always would give up on everything. And I am dead certain that if I would have been diagnosed with Hashimoto's before I was a coach, that I would have given up on my healing a long ago, last and over, and I would have just dealt with it and I would have lived with it. But I have learned from coaching that you can never give up, that you should push forward and you should learn the lessons that you need to learn from the hard times in order to have the good times and in order to feel good and live the life that you want to live. That's basically my journey and what I wanted to share with you guys today. If anybody has any questions, I'd totally be willing to answer them. Let me see if there's anything on here. I know this is a different kind of transformation, but I thought it was really important to come on here and share with you guys because, you know, this page is for me too. It's not just for you guys. This page helps stay accountable. All of you guys that comment and post and like and share with me the things that you guys share with me, they really help me through my journey. And so I hope that by sharing these things that it'll help you through yours. If you need any help at all, I'm always here for you. You can send me a message. You can comment right on this video or anything like that. And I always do an ask every week, so I'll be answering the questions that I missed last week. If you have any other questions for me, feel free to ask them. I hope that this helps you, and if you feel like it could help somebody else, please share this video. And just know that I appreciate all of you. I hope you guys have a great rest of your Tuesday, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.